Oh, shucks, gang. It timed out just before I got a chance to get back to you. I do apologize for that. So we'll do this, I guess, as a short part 2. As you can see, I'm standing just about the same spot it was before. And as you can see, that post at the other end is not in the middle anymore. And you can see where I've got my shepherd's crook. That's right about where the path is, between that shepherd's crook and that step in is the path that they were starting to wear. So it'll be interesting to see, because if you look right down here, there's a pretty good sized patch of grass. And it'll be interesting to see if they'll kind of shift over into that a little bit and go from there. So anyway, I like trying different things. I don't know if you're the kind of person that likes to do that kind of thing too. That's one of the great things about farming. It's one of the things that I liked about the science of geology, which is the field that I studied. In geology, when you're dealing with time past, a lot of times there could be 2 or 3 different scenarios that would explain what it is that you were looking at. And even though there wasn't always only one possible answer, kind of like in math and physics and chemistry, it's either right or it's wrong. There were different options that, depending upon the environment or the situation, might change the outcome. That's why one of the reasons I liked geology. It's one of the reasons I really love working here on the farmstead. Why? Because even though there's not one one right answer, there usually is one best answer or a better answer. And so that way you can still not have everything all together and not be perfectly right, but you're still moving forward. And that's the whole point. That's what nature does. Nature moves forward in little increments. And progress is done a little bit at a time. Just like looking here at the ram lamb next to Big Mama. Well, he in my mind's eye, he's almost twice the size he was 10 weeks ago when he got here. He's definitely grown. And they are definitely very much at ease, and they love being moved, and they love being on grass. And they're running, and they're skipping, and they're going to the paddocks every morning. They love being moved. Why? Because that's what they normally, naturally do. And so I would encourage you. This is the best way to learn. So will something come out of this experiment? I don't know. But the whole point is this. If I didn't try it, I wouldn't know either. And so what have I got to lose? Well, a couple of minutes of my time and a walk down across the pasture and back. What have I got to gain? Well, now I'll be able to determine, is the mowing crew going to be comfortable going down a lane that's narrower? And if so, what are the limits of it? Is it this 6-foot lane, or would they be just as happy with a 4-foot lane? Well, if they're just as happy with a 4-foot lane as they were with an 8-foot lane in a time of drought, guess what? I've just used half of the available forage for a lane that I would have used had I not tried the experiment. And that might be the difference between having enough grass for them in a difficult time or not. That's why you're always thinking in terms of animal performance and grass. If you manage your grass properly to maximize your animal performance, and you learn to do it in conjunction with nature, you will always be able to stay in business. Why can I say that so strongly? Because if you can produce more, and I'll use my sheep as an example. If you can produce more pounds of quality lamb per acre at a lower per acre cost than anybody else can, you don't have to worry about marketing, because you will always be able to provide it at a low cost and still make a profit. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. And so if it costs everybody else $1 a pound to produce their lamb, and you can produce it for 75 cents, when they are just breaking even, you're still making a 25% profit. So I hope that helps. I hope it gets you to thinking. That's why, I learned so much at the grazing school in May with Greg Judy and Ian Mitchell-Ennis. It was awesome education. So the only thing, I'll leave you with this last thought. The only thing that's more expensive than education is not having one. And so we'll see if this little experiment, how this little experiment comes out. And I'll let you know either with additional comments on this video and or a follow-up video. So with that, gang, another day at the office. It's nice and quiet. This is a lovely way to start your day. I wish you blessings for the day, and whatever you do, keep chasing the dream.